Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rock House, where spiritual growth is and always will be the foundation. Okay, well, first, let me apologize to you guys for being MIA, missing in action for the last, probably about the last month. Well, I got the vid, y'all. Whew. Yep, COVID got me and took me down for about 14 days. Actually, I think this is day 14 or 15. But I have recovered, and I am still recovering from COVID-19. It was a beast, and it is nothing to be played with. Whether you're vaxxed or unvaxxed, it doesn't matter. COVID is a beast. It's tough, and it can bring you down. It's one of those things that's kind of mental and physical. So it messes with you mentally because you have your good days and bad days, ups and downs, thinking you're getting better. And then it's like, nope, hit you again. So it has its ups and downs, which messes with your mentality. So you need more than meds and all that stuff to get through this. You need something bigger than man, and you need God. And I tell you, that's what got me through. But I'm back, y'all, and ready to continue making more content for you guys and finding ways to just make it more exciting. But to me, just talking about God is exciting. And today I want to talk about life after COVID. And I almost didn't title it Life After COVID because I don't think there's a such thing as a life after COVID. There is just life. Stuff is going to happen to you regardless of the decisions you make, regardless of whether you prayed about it, didn't pray about it, whatever. Life is going to happen. So if it hadn't happened to you yet, keep living. Life will happen. So regardless of how healthy you are, what you think you got going on, how much money you got, how smart you think you are, how many degrees, it doesn't matter. Life will happen to you. And there's nothing you can do about that unless you start pushing daisies. That's one way to get around it. But life is gonna happen to you. So for me, I spend my time praying and asking God for direction because people have opinions and they have thought processes on everything. And most of the time, it's all about how they think you should live your life and how you should do things. Mind you, these people are not perfect. Their track record is not squeaky clean, but they still feel compelled to tell you what's best for your life. And what's really sad is that sometimes we listen. Sometimes we listen and we base decisions or we base our actions off of, oops, sorry, this is shaking. So I'm trying to stop from shaking. I'm on the bike here. Getting exercise in, got to get strong again. But sometimes we make decisions based on other people's opinions, other people's research, other people's thought process, other people's intelligence. And granted, I'm not discounting it at all, that people do have great information and they're great resources sometimes. But for me, I don't want to ever let that be the be-all, say-all, the final answer. So I take information from reliable resources and I go to God in prayer about them. And I wait for God's answer, the ultimate answer on what decision I should make about whatever it is. And when I do that, sometimes the decision that I make based on praying and hearing from God and hearing Him clearly and then making a decision, it doesn't always turn out the way I thought it should have turned out. It doesn't always turn out where it's like, oh, well, I prayed about it, God told me to do this, and I did it, and voila, everything was hunky-dory. It was fun, it was great, it was awesome. No, that is not the way it works. Just because it didn't turn out the way I thought it should have turned out does not mean that it was not the right decision that God wanted me to make. And that is something that has hit me hard during this 14 days and realizing that I can pray and talk to God and make decisions that He has led me to make, and things will not turn out the way I think they should turn out. But what is so exciting and awesome about this is that God's promise is that it will turn out good, and that He wants for me life and life more abundantly. And sometimes in order to experience abundance, you have to know what the opposite of abundance is. And sometimes you got to go through the trenches, and you got to go through the trials, and you got to go through the heartache, the pain, the suffering, the issues, the stuff, to build the character that is necessary to be able to receive the abundance that God has in store for me. And during this last 14 days has really allowed me to reflect on just how good God is. Regardless of what has happened, what happens in life, God is still good. He's a sovereign God, and nothing's going to change that. I've also noticed that the one thing that has been constant through this whole 14 days is God. There's been opinions, there's been advice, there's been things from others. There's even been my own unwavering faith about, how do you handle this COVID thing? Or how do you just handle life and its issues in general? And all of those have fluctuated up and down, up and down, and up and down. But the one thing that has always been constant is God. He has been the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He always will be. And His promises are true, and they always stand firm against whatever comes against me. And that has become more clear to me than anything during this difficult time, this trial, if you will, this season in my life. So when I think about, or when people ask, so what's life like after COVID? Well, there is no life after COVID. There is just life, and life more abundantly. So whatever happens to you, whatever happens through you, whatever happens to you in this life, and things will, it's not perfect, things will happen. Remember, the one constant is God, and He will see you through if you continue to hang on to Him. And He will get you through, and He will make life more abundant for you, because He wants that for you. He wants you to live completely and wholeheartedly the fullness of life. So I thank Him. I thank Him for my healing. I thank Him for, being able to pull through this and be healthy again, and to be able to have breath again that He's given me. So I'm not going to preach any longer. This has gone long enough, but just thought I'd reach out to you guys, let you know where I am. And I'm still alive, y'all, still kicking it, still doing great things for the Lord, and getting my workout in, because I'm building this endurance. So thank you all for the prayers. Thank you all for continually to support the channel. Continue to do that. Share, like, subscribe, or like, share, subscribe, and continue to come back and visit, because there's going to be more content on the way. And this is what this is all about: growing spiritually together through all that life has to throw at you. So life after COVID, there's no life after COVID. There is just life. Thanks for joining me. As always, I love ya. Peace.